Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. Within this podcast, we're going to focus on self-improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We'll also hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is day 253 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days in a row, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I also challenged myself to run 1,500 miles within that time frame. This is my second year of running. From the first full year of running, at the age of 31, I was able to run 1,002 miles, and I did that within 175 days out of the year in 2020. So me going for 1,500 miles is a 50% increase in the amount of miles as opposed to last year. Me going for 365 days is over a 100% increase in the amount of days I'll be running opposed to last year. Not to mention this year, no days off. Also within this time frame, I have challenged myself to run 2 major races. One of those races being a 50K trail race. Got that one finished on June 5th, 2021, day 156 of my journey. Finished it 7 hours, 15 minutes, 22 seconds, and was able to still keep the streak alive ever since. I've also challenged myself to run the Detroit Free Press Marathon this year during this 365 days run streak I'm going for. That marathon is coming up here in about, I think, 37 days. So right around the corner, in the middle of training for it. Really looking forward to that race as well. I will be running the Motor City Challenge within that race, which entails me running the competitive 1 mile and the competitive 5K the day before the actual marathon. So really looking forward to that, like I said. So let's kind of get into mileage. Don't have official mileage for the day, week, month, or year, but today I'm putting right around 3 in, and running an old route that I used to run with my dog Lucy and my other dog Daisy. So we'll get into that in a second, but I will give the official mileage update when I get home. After I get the official mileage for the day, I'll let you know what we're sitting at for the day, week, month, and the year. Other than
mileage for the day was 3.08, so 3 miles for the day. That put me at 24.9 miles for the week, which put me at 48.2 miles for the month, which put me at 1,161.3 miles for the year.
And that, let's actually focus in on the month. So every single month I challenge myself to run a 100-mile challenge. I do it in honor of a charity in which I donate to, and I also start a coinciding fundraiser to try to raise more money and awareness for that charity throughout that 100-mile month challenge. So for the first 8 months, we were able to raise money for 8 great causes. Now we're sitting here within the 9th month, the month of September, raising money for yet again another great cause. The month of September's 100-mile challenge is in honor of the National Rise Syndrome Foundation. We're at about 2 miles right now. So that is what that one is in honor of for the month of September. And we chose that because the month of September is Rise Syndrome Awareness Month. So if you'd like to donate to this fundraiser, you can find the link to do so on the Defining Discipline Instagram or Facebook story, or my personal page is Instagram or Facebook story. Click on that link within the story. It will open up the Facebook page where you're able to make your donations. All donations that get made to this cause and fundraiser go directly to it. Facebook is not taking any cuts or any portion of your donation, so keep that in mind. Another thing to remember is I do know times are tough, and not everyone is able to afford to donate. If that is the case, and that is your situation, do not feel bad. The next best thing you could do, if you'd still like to help out, is just click that share button. Let people know what the cause is about and get as many people's eyes on it as possible. So click that share button if you guys can. If you can donate, and if you can, do both. That'd be great. Other than that, I'll cut in a snippet for the word of the day today. And we'll do that right here.
Today's word of the day is fulminate. Fulminate means to send forth harsh criticisms or insults. That is today's word of the day, fulminate.
And now that we have the word of the day for today, let's get into today's actual episode. Today, day 253. Today's episode is going to be grief. I just want to talk about it because today is the 1 year. It's been 1 year exactly since we had to put my dog Lucy down. She was such a great dog, and so many great things have happened throughout this past year, and I'm grateful for everything that has happened since, but it just feels like there's still just a part of me that's kind of missing from everything. And I get some people aren't emotional or close to their dogs and their animals, but Lucy was such a great dog, and this year has been a great year, like I said, and I'm grateful for every moment, and I'm grateful for all the time that I even had with Lucy. Lucy was a stray that we had picked up, and she needed a place when I got her. She was skin and bones, had no weight on her, eating stuff out of the woods. Took her home, and just from day one she was by my side, followed me everywhere, and she was such a great dog. All she ever wanted was just attention. She just wanted to be loved, because I think whatever happened with her story before, maybe it was an abusive family, maybe someone just dropped her off on the side of the road, but she was scrounging for food and just wanted attention from a human being. And man, she was such a great dog, and she taught me so much, and I'm so grateful to have had her within my life. And on today's run, I actually am follow through her old route, her favorite street. She chased the squirrels down them. Such a fun experience. I just wanted to kind of relive it in the back of my mind. So anyways, today's episode's about grief, and it's grief strikes fast, and it's hard to deal with days like this, especially reminded grief, and days where you think back to what happened. It always brings up, I'm not gonna necessarily say bad emotions, but just hard times. That day last year, taking her in and being with her while they put her under, it was just so hard. And something I always think about, because it's hard. You see something in pain, you see something where it's struggling, but to be the decider of something's life that you care about like that, it was a hard decision for me. And like I said, it still weighs on me heavily, and today it kind of just brings it back up. But that's all to say that not to let the grief overtake you in a bad way, but to really make you realize that it was more than just an animal to you. It was a relationship, and the fact that I feel something and that it hurts gives me more reason to get out there every day, try to take care of myself. Gives me more reason to really try to focus and give Daisy as much attention as I can. Daisy's even been with me even longer. She's getting old, and she's such a great dog as well. And I really, if that's something grief has taught me, is to really appreciate what you have when you got it, and to not take it for granted, but to be grateful and try to cherish every moment. So kind of what I want to talk about for grief today. So guys, for your daily discipline today, it's to think about that grief within your life and how it's affecting you. I know grief can be debilitating at times. Sometimes it's too hard to push through, but think about the good things you can take away from that grief. I know it's hard to, but especially if you're going through grief right now. But know that these things only make you stronger and older, more wise. And sometimes it's too much to deal with, or it's super hard to deal with. But again, these are lessons for you to learn. So that's your daily discipline today, guys. It is to revisit your grief. Other than that, thank you so much for following along and listening. If you guys can, please give the podcast a like, a subscribe, a follow, and a share on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or whatever podcast streaming platform you've been following along and listening on. Also, if you guys can, make sure you guys get your donations in. Other than that, this is episode 253. Beautiful day out here running. Nice, cool day in the middle of the day. So, thinking about you, Lucy. I love you. And until next time, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for episode 254. Peace out.